Hello everyone, welcome to a very new what if I was thinking about earlier. Uh, a lot of you seen it in a past accidental thumbnail, which was not supposed to happen until some things went wrong. That's all you gotta say. So yes. Anyways, welcome to What If Deku Was a Tarkatan? I'm gonna be changing a lot of things, especially with So I'm not gonna have Mortal Kombat in this. I mean, maybe, just maybe, depending. But for now, I'm not. I'm just gonna only have the Tarkatans be like an ancient race of kind of like Wakanda and like the Shirarayu, Lin Kuei, all that. Yeah, about that. But anyways, let's start explaining and kind of get the base of everything. Deep in the. So what I want to be another one. Say yes or no in the comments, or just say NetherRealm if y'all want to this to be connections with the other realm, or just kind of be only in My Hero in general. I can do that very easily, but I mean, people like Mortal Kombat, so I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'll leave it undefined for now. Anyways, in the past, in ancient times, there were creatures, ghouls, demons, many things in the world before humans even. Not before, but you know what I mean. Wait, were the humans even a thing in the... Yeah, they used to... No, because I believe Shirarayu, Lin Kuei were in Earth. So they wouldn't count as other realm. So yeah, they technically... Yeah, there'll be technically no humans in other realm. Because a lot of... mostly, they got the Raiden Temple in, Earth realm. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, they have some humans, but I mean... Not really. I mean, they don't really count since they're not a part of other realms. I mean, yeah. In ancient times, clans were created. Warriors. There was a sense of unfamiliarity between each monster, as each race decided to make its own clans. Divided up the Lin Kuei, the Shirarayu, the Tarkatans, so on and so forth. Don't feel like explaining all other races, so I mean, yeah. Demons, ghouls, creatures of proportional sizes, you would say. The most humanoid are... Also, technically, Raiden doesn't count as a human. He's technically a god. So, I mean, technically, yes, but no. Anyways, in ancient times, there have been sightings of other things. Also, this is going on in Earth Realm, technically, because, why not? I'm not going to have Mortal Kombat in this universe. I'm just going to have, just clans, and that's about it. So, yeah, maybe. So this is all happening in Earth Realm, ancient, before Egyptian times in Earth Realm. Back in Earth Realm... Nah, you know what, never mind. I think I like it better in Other Realm. Why? Because I can actually do a lot more. But, for now... In a realm similar to Earth Realm, one full of creatures... There was a war between both realms, Earth Realm and Other Realm. Other Realm, with the ancient ancestors, lost due to the help of, the Elder Gods. Elder Gods do not like when humans interfere with, Other Realm activities. So they kind of closed off Other Realm. Of course, though, we go to the new. Now we go to present time. Don't feel like explaining it, so yeah. At least for now. As we go to Deku as a young child. A young child, you say. In this time, this world. Ancient times, you would say. Or, sorry, ancient races. Actually, you know, I have the perfect way to fit this in my hero without including Mortal Kombat. Bet. So, in ancient times, there be demons, other things. These things will kind of, I guess, devolve. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You know, the entire devolving thing, kind of, you know, eventually, you know, people start, or, you know, monsters starting breeding with humans. And, you know, eventually, you know, stuff was kind of, you know, no actual things happened. You know, no quirks were manifested then. But even so, for reasons, I'll say quirks were more created from magic than anything. Or at least a type of magic. So, you know, after a couple of things, people start, you know, children of, you know, separate proportions started coming in. Half human, half Tarkatan. You know, a lot of things started happening. But slow as time, instead of, you know, evolving, human civilization, due to them being the majority. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. They started to kind of, you know, half humans started to breed with, you know, normal humans. Half humans, so kind of decreasing the amount of, you know, Tarkatan or, you know, demon or whatever. So kind of, you know, taking out the normal bloodline. So only, you know, a short percentage is left of them. Eventually, you know, magic by other means will come into fruition as we go to the future. People haven't, you know, I'll say these are like lost history facts. People just think, oh, you know, kind of, you know, ancient times, just, you know, they're just fake, you know, stories they tell their children. So, yeah. Oh, are they all wrong? Many, many ways. As we go to the time of quirks, the magic in one's being over time has been awakened once more. And started to, how would you say, appear in others. The magic has been appeared, or the magic kind of turned into something else, a quirk. As quirks started to go all over. As quirks, you know, went on, everyone started to get them. Meaning that the original races are kind of no more. Not gonna lie, they kind of no more. Yeah, they kind of don't exist anymore. Oh, clans, yeah, the clans still do exist, but they kind, you know, they kind of, you know, few numbers, if you know what I mean. There's, you know, purebloods left of their, you know, own clans. I mean, yeah. But will they be more? Oh yes, very, very much. As we go to, you know what? I'll say the Elder Gods are a thing, but not Otherworld. Also, Shao Kahn doesn't exist, you know. Entire, you know, taking over the world and whatnot. Elder Gods do exist, though, so that's how, you know, they got magic. You know, Elder Gods was like, I got you. Let's experiment on the humans. Drop a bit of magic here. You know, quirks were created and all that, so yeah. Yeah. I mean, magic was always a thing. I mean, they kind of, you know, I guess, kind of like the Mortal Kombat mark. I guess they kind of just gifted, you know, I guess force. I guess not given, but more of a force activation of, you know, old magic, but kind of, you know, turned into quirks after a while. So yeah. Yeah, quirks started appearing here and there. You know, people, these quirks are a lot more stranger than most, you would say. Or unlike, you know, normal My Hero, these quirks will be more weird, you would say. the most useless quirk can be useful in any scenario. What do I mean by that? I mean, realistically, you can practically use any quirk to, your own advantage, if you think about it. Of course, it has to be, based on the quirk, which can help you, but I mean, yeah, anyways. There will be something in ancient time. There will be 2 last Tarkatans. 2 of them. Deku... Inko and Hisashi Midoriya will be the ancestors of the king and queen of the Tarkatans, or clan heads of the Tarkatans. For pure-blooded. So, kind of, you get, like how they, after a while they kind of, that part of their mouths kind of, turned into normal parts, or kind of, rejected their heritage, so they look more human instead of, Tarkatan. So, yeah. I have a... yeah, that makes more sense. I guess, part human, part, I'll say they're both humans, for reasons. Genetics are going to act differently. So this is what's going to happen. Because I just thought of this right now. Both of them are going to be technically... Both are going to have, half Tarkatans. Yes, Deku's going to be full Tarkatan, but listen, quirks, it's not unusual for a person to have the same quirk in this, universe. Unlike normal quirks, there, you're able to see, the same quirk at least a couple times. The exact same quirk a couple times. So, yes. And over the century, 2 Tarkatans eventually found each other. They don't know they don't know they're Tarkatans. They, the more of the lines, just see as a quirk of like, oh, no, it's just a mutation quirk, nothing else. Man, are they wrong? Man, Deku about to be built like Wolverine, I swear. If you get the joke, Tarkatan's bones are like as hard as steel. So, yeah. Literally, he's gonna be built different. Deku! When Deku was born, unlike his parents, because I say, over time, Deku's parents kind of lost their way with the Tarkatan clan. As Deku was born, and unlike their parents being half Tarkatan, and technically like Melina, which I believe is half Tarkatan, Deku, since they are both, half Tarkatans, this will be the first full Tarkatan, at least. First, out of, who knows how long, full-fledged Tarkatan. 100% Tarkatan. 100%. No more, no less. Or technically no less. Can't go anymore Tarkatan, that. So, yeah. Anyways. Deku would, how would you say? He would be frowned upon at birth by not just Hisashi, but also, I guess, yeah, Hisashi would kind of dip. Because, he wouldn't, I'll say for reasons, he got, the only thing he got was, the, claw arrangements, but not, unlike Deku claws, Hisashi's claws are, like, short, very short. Unlike, the normal Tarkatan claws are, like, huge as flipping heck. So he has, a small claw quirk, technically. But it's not a quirk at all. Anyways, Inko, she would have the other part of the Tarkatan, which is the mouth and whatnot. So, she always has to cover her mouth. Yeah. Creating a full Tarkatan. As Deku's mouth and just body build and bones will be generally stronger than, like, I guess now that I think about any quirks, I guess. Like, any physical quirks, like, if it, like, it's, like, the bones are stronger than normal humans by, like, tenfold, my guy. Pretty strong, or a lot more stronger than, so he just literally built different, born different, built different, so yeah. Definition of built different, like, bruh. Like Wolverine. But the only difference is that, you know, no N10, you know, no metal inside of them. Technically. At least not yet. Or ever. So, yeah. I'm gonna go towards the normal, you know, original Tarkatan Baraka. You know, with the more cylinder-like claws, you would say. So, yeah. And plus, they just look a lot more cooler. Anyways. At least in my opinion. Anyways, let's go to Deku. As Deku's crying, as the doctors are kind of, you know, on edge, on, you know, they think it's a disfigurement. But then, you know, they do some blood tests. It's like, yep, that's your child. Yep, that's pretty, yeah, that's 100% your child. Yep. Part of you and part of you, practically. He has your eyes, he has your hair, he has your eyebrows, he has your nose, and, you know, it's equivalently, you know, the way Deku looks is equivalently equaled, or, you know, cut in half between his mother and father. So he kind of looks like both of them, just, you know, kind of took both, you know, 50% of the genes kind of fused into Deku, so yeah. Yeah. So Deku he would be very terrifying. Very, very terrifying. As, you know, a child, or a baby, technically, a foreborn. Because, I mean, if you saw, like, a baby with, like, this type of face, I mean, yeah. As we go to time skip to 5, I guess. Deku, he would be forced to wear a mask. The you see on screen. He also, you know, be forced to kind of, you know, his mother would ask him to always hold back his strength. So, knowing, you know, what's going to happen, Deku would always be kind of walking on eggshells. Literally. Due to his strength being so strong. Yeah, strength, you know, minor strength quirks got nothing on this man. They got nothing on him. Not, yo. The reason I say this is that, you know, one of Deku's lackeys tried to punch him directly in the face one time with, you know, a strength enhancement quirk. This man's entire hand shattered. Not gonna lie, like his entire forearm, entire arm just shattered on impact. Because he wasn't going slow. He was going like, I'll say, he was being boosted by, you know, another, you know, lackey of Bakugo's. So, you know, kind of like a tag team. You know, I'll say he has, like, super speed. You know, the dude kind of, you know, grabbed him, you know, kind of, you know, combo move. Punch Deku. Arm shattered. Yeah. Deku built different. Don't mess with him. Also, Bakugo's explosions wouldn't hurt Deku at all. Like, at all. Like, his skin is hard to pierce, in general. And, you know, they would notice, you know, some portions, you know, they'd think of it as, you know, a minor quirk, you know, children, you know, because Deku would have these parts, you know, the little daggers on, you know, his arms. The only thing he wouldn't have now would be, you know, giant flipping, you know, swords out of his arm. That'd be like the only thing he doesn't have. But even so, you know, it wouldn't be like this on the right side. It'd be more like the left side, more, you know, bone-like instead of, you know, metallic-like. Yeah. Just wait. Ah, yes. He built different. His bones, skin are just... I'm gonna make some BS, just saying. He has a lot more resistance to elemental-based things than normal people. Thunder, his skin is like a rough, rubbery feature. So it's kind of like, you know, he has fire resistance. I'm not gonna make him fireproof because I mean that'd make him too overpowered. I mean that's probably gonna make Wolverine on like 1,000. So I mean yeah, he's gonna be fire resistant, bullet resistant, and a couple other things as well. Why? Look at this man's muscles and tell me he wouldn't look bullet resistant, my guy. Like he looked like the thing will just bounce off, either one bounce off or two. Just kind of, as soon as they hit him, just kind of stop in their tracks and kind of just fall down. Bent, like... yeah. Yeah. As Deku's eyes, they would have a slit-like feature to them. Sometimes. Because he will have an anger issue. With anger issues being, you know, kind of, you know, Tarkatan's, you know, main feature with, you know, their giant spikes as hands, practically. Deku would be one of 3 that are, you know, existent in the world. Yes, he would still be the first one, technically. Born, but I mean. There'll be others. What do I mean by that? You remember when I said Hisashi left? Yeah, Hisashi tried to make kids with, like, other people. And, like, they ended up, you know... It goes on from there. So, yeah. One of 3. I see Bakugo's trying to bully someone again. So, he'll walk up to, you know, the kid, pick him up, and, like, dust him off. You good? You okay? Because, you know, Takatans, or at least Baraka, have a very bad temper. Yeah. Very bad temper. So, and if you know what happens when they get angry, yeah, stuff about to be slashing left and right. Bakugo, when will you learn? You need to stop bullying others. How do you expect to become a hero if you yourself are acting like the villain? What did you say, Deku? As this will be that day where, you know, I mean, they know not to punch him, because, I mean, they already tried that, so, you know. I'll say this will be, you know, the time where, you know, Bakugo decided to kind of, you know, mess with Deku even more. And remember, Deku has the mask on for reasons. Bakugo kind of, you know, being the little shit he is, practically was like, explosions! Kind of, you know, almost burning Deku's hair with, you know, Deku's mask. And, you know, a front, you know, kind of front of his clothing, practically. Burning off his mask and kind of burning, you know, somewhat his hair. Deku would look away immediately, knowing that, you know, his mask was, you know, burnt off. As, you know, Bakugo would call him, you know, a villain and a freak and a monster. Because, I mean, people are scared of what they don't know. Yeah. Especially people who are like Bakugo. So, you know, Bakugo, you know, kind of manipulated the entire school to kind of, you know, tell that, oh, yeah, Deku, yeah, Zuko Midori is kind of like a freak, a monster, and, you know, all the other things, like a villain. So he was kind of bullied for, like, his entire life by, like, the entire school and by, like, anyone he came into contact with. Even the people who got bullied would, like, bully him over it. So yeah, they kind of Inko would kind of transfer. You know, Deku would transfer. Like I'll say like at the age of 6 or like 5, he would transfer. Nah, that'd be too young. I'll say like maybe like 7, 8. He'll transfer. Like 7, 8ish. Yeah, he'll transfer like 7 maybe. Yeah, he like 3. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. 6, 7. Yeah, not 2 years technically. Yeah, he would transfer like 2 years. He would be 7. Deku would. He would be relaxing, looking for something to do, as he's dreaming in his dreamscape. As he sees something, he sees the history or a kind of family tree, kind of like the Black Panther almost, kind of seeing your ancestors thing. So yeah, that's what Deku's in right now, kind of seeing his ancestors. As he sees Baraka, which yes, Baraka is his, I'll say, great like grandson, or like probably great grandson or like ancestor. So yeah. So yeah. The only difference is that Deku, it would only happen for instance, because in the real world, like, time's speeding up. Because, dreams, when you got that good dreams, they always kind of, they always want to, want to wake you up, and then you can't have that same dream again. Kind of sucks. But anyways. As time progresses, Deku would meet new people. Specifically, you know what? Nah, not right now. I feel like he'll meet them anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna have them meeting right now. But what will happen is that Inko would kind of, with the same things that was in canon, sorry, you can't become a hero. Because, or something similar, because she knows she can be a hero, but she doesn't believe he can become a hero. Same thing as in canon, but not, if you know what I mean. Because, Deku, he built different, but, he built specifically for, killing. So, yeah. Literally. So, Deku would... I guess he would run off, yeah. He would kind of run away from home. Inko would be sad. Deku wouldn't be as... he would still be smart, but not as smart as in canon. His equivalence in strength, his strength and knowledge will be in halves. Not too smart, not too, dumb. Pretty smart, pretty strong. So yeah, he kind of, got both of them. So yeah, kind of got good genetics too. So yeah. Deku would be seen as a vigilante. A very terrifying vigilante too. Why? The people villains he fights, they don't make it out alive. Because, due to, the influence of Inko being gone, Deku would have a lot of free time. Too much free time. Going into, his primal state, almost. As, kind of being guided by, like, his instincts of the Tarkatan way, so yes. Yeah, he don't, like, when I mean this man, like, he don't leave no fingerprints. That's the thing. That's what terrifies everyone. He leaves no fingerprints or, footprints at all. Like, it's like, someone just gets shanked and then, nothing happened. They just kind of just die. And then, there's no, like, evidence that someone was there. The only evidence they got is like, oh yeah, this man was stabbed, but like something very, huge, almost like a sword-like, but not. They think it's a sword or like some type of spear, but like it's not. So they think of it as like some type of spear villain or something. This will, over the time, Deku will gain, battle, battle experience. As he would eventually, build or, kind of form the Tarkatan fighting style. Which, yeah, very deadly. Even though he was like done dirty in like every version of like Mortal Kombat, but anyways, yeah, still a pretty good character. As that, what would happen now is that Deku would have some followers over time. I'll say why not? I mean, Deku. I'm not gonna lie, he wouldn't stop at just normal villains. He will stop at like corrupted cops, corrupted heroes, like just heroes that kind of have dirt on them, like killed people, but just killed people in general, like murderers who became heroes, kind of like that. So killers that became heroes, corrupted heroes that are to the point where they abuse their power and kind of if a person's not there to watch them, they kind of just let the person die there. So yeah, Deku on that equality shit. So yeah, if you're not a good person and if you just do it for fame, he coming for your neck practically. He coming for you. He coming for your neck. I'm just saying. And by the way, he did make he did meet Aizawa, but like that was when Deku had a hood on, and I'll say it was like a black hood too. And I'll say Deku would have like a mask to cover his face because I mean he is still smart, he's still trying to become a hero. So yeah, not gonna lie, Aizawa try to do his stuff what he does to Nether villains. This man wasn't able to pick up Deku. I mean nah, because that scarf's pretty strong. Picked up like a whole ass things. Huh. Yeah, because Deku would be heavy, because, I mean, Deku would have, like, a lot of iron in his bones, so yeah, he'd be very heavy. So, Aizawa would notice, for a child, or, a teenager, he pretty flippin' heavy, he just built different. I mean, yeah, he can still flip and yeet him in the air, and like that. But the thing is, Deku would kind of, like, chop his scarf into like pieces. So after that's done, they try to go hand by hand. When I mean Aizawa regrets fighting this dude, he regrets it with like his very being. He got folded so bad. Just imagine. Hold up. He got done dirty. Like just imagine Black Panther versus Batman. Yeah, that's how hard he got folded. He got folded pretty badly. He even got injured and maybe stabbed like once or twice. But it wasn't it wasn't in any fatal areas. Also, he got like maybe stabbed in, like somewhere near the torso, but it wasn't a full on flipping piercing through straight to his chest. It wasn't like that. It was like more of like a quick stab, not to the point where go straight through, but just one that can be vital. He got some cuts and whatnot. So, I'll say, other heroes try to catch this, I guess, vigilante. Act of vigilanteism. Even though Deku, Deku's lungs, and, he's built to kind of sustain brutal punishment. Especially from how much, people he's killed. From the age of, like, what, like 8 to the age of, like, 15? That'd be like, what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That'd be like 7 years of Deku just beating upon people and killing them. So yeah, he'll be pretty powerful. And his kill count will just be tremendous. So yeah. Also, I guess they would call him, like, the speeder villain or something. Because, I mean... Nah, because I believe Aizawa would, would he get his claws? Nah, he wouldn't get his claws. Now, I'll say he got hurt by the side things on, Deku's arm. Like, the side spikes. Not the main spike. So, yeah. I'll say he got, like, stabbed by those. So, yeah. So, they call him, the spike villain. That, kills people with, no trace. And Deku's only getting brutaler. Think of, like, not Batman, but more of a Moon Knight, almost. Or whatever that dude's name was in, like, comics in DC. He's on, like, that brutality. So he's, like, a lot more brutal than, like, any hero. I'll say he even met Stain once, but Stain was, like... Nah, because Stain wouldn't meet him until, like, he was, like, 15, so yeah, he wouldn't meet Stain. I'll say he would meet... Who would he meet? He'd meet a couple people. I'll say, he would go to a bar here and there. Because, I mean, got no parents. Can't really tell him what to do, so, I mean, yeah. Kind of, yeah. I guess they would, as long as, you got money, they'll, give you a drink, so, I mean, yeah. Kind of like those bars. It's, if you wonder what bar it is, it's the, villain bar. The League of Villains bar. Kurogiri does notice, he comes there, he comes here often a lot. He also notices that Deku's always, either has A, blood on him, or 2, has stains of blood on him. So, yeah. Deku, he would talk to Kurogiri, here and there, but, he would never show his face. Now we hit the middle school. Now we at the middle school. The beginning of middle school, in fact. Not to the end. Deku would meet either Mina or Froppy. Or, what is this man's name? The dude with the tendrils. Dupla arms. Yeah, that's what his name. Yeah, he met that dude. Him and Deku got along very well. They were called freaks for, what they looked like and whatnot. And what their quirks were. So, yeah, they're friends. And Deku... He would be seen as a quiet kid of the class, you would say. He wouldn't say anything unless you did something to aggravate him. So, yeah. Which, if you aggravated him, you kind of got thrown in the locker. Literally. He would kind of literally throw you in the locker and kind of, lock the door. Or, crush the lock. Making sure you're unable to get out. Deku has terrifyingly strong strength for being, what he is. And eventually Deku would meet another. A name of... Jiro. Yeah, why not? Random characters now. He'll meet Dupla Arms and Jiro. Hello. I like your music. Your music's very well. How would he meet Jiro? I say, he does have, anger issues. Almost like Scorpion has anger issues, but like, I'll say, yeah, I'll say like on par. When it comes to anger issues, he's like on par with Scorpion. So yeah. And how he would, listen to music, eventually meeting Jiro. He would like, Jiro's music, as there would be a fight outside with the Dupla Arms, because it's like, he's with Dupla Arms. Also, some thugs come in, the store every, week or, every month to kind of, make some trouble. They're picking on Dupla Arms outside. Deku don't know this, they're kind of, beating on Dupla Arms, without Deku's knowledge. Because, yes, Tarkatans do have a very good smell, but, he has, I'll say for reasons, he has, like, I'll say he has, like, a mask. So he's, a very specific mask that kind of covers his entire face, which kind of, covers his, sense to a certain degree. As you know, he kind of gets thrown in the store, not gonna lie. Dupla Arms gets done dirty, thrown in the store. Jiro's like, come on, not this week, come on, I have customers around, come on. As you know, Jiro's mom tries to, stop the fight, but, they try to undo unpleasing things as Deku gets aggravated. I swear, trouble always finds me, no matter what I do. I'll say, he's kind of, sitting down, reading, like, some type of, magazine, waiting for Jiro to, get his music. He gets up. He walks up, because he's a pretty, decent dude. He's pretty built. So, he walks up to one of the dudes. Can you please take this outside? And can you stop messing with my friend, please? Or what? Tim, what are you gonna do? I warned you. As this man was like, hey, warned us about what? As this man gets a flipping footload of, like, iron punch practically straight to, like, the jaw, knocking this man out of the store and knocking him out completely. He flew, yeah, he definitely flew outside the store, like, breaking the door off the hinges, like, broke the door. Like, I'll say the door was like a metal door. This man punched the dude so hard, he punched him through the door, and the door kind of flew off. Yeah. Deku, at this point, he doesn't care. At this point, he's like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think about me. I should be proud in the way I look, because I am special. And I do not care what people think. If they got a problem, they can talk to me about it. As you know, he takes off the mask. Go. As you know, in like a voice, like a lizard, not a lizard type voice, but like a raspy voice almost. Go. As you know, they kind of, drag their buddy with them. I say there's like, 3 dudes. Kind of, they drag their buddy. As you know, Jiro sees this. He's like, she's kind of scared, but at the same time, she's like, if he wanted to do something bad, he would have done it already. He picks up Dupla Arms. Come on, Dupla Arms. And then Dupla Arms was like, holy shit, that's what you look like? You look awesome. I was like, oh, thank you. As you know, they kind of, give each other compliments. Like, hey, thank you, buddy. I got you. You got me, I got you, bro. Hey. So, what's your quirk? Mine's, I don't know. They never really gave my quirk a name. They said it was unspecified. So, from what I can tell, it's some type of mutation with, my face and, my body. making me stronger than, a lot of make me stronger than a lot of people, or most people you see. As deeply Alms would say, cool. That's a very unique quirk. Not a lot of people have things like that. I know. Yeah. My back. Sorry about the door. Do you want me to pay for it? As you know, Jiro's mom was like, no. No need, sweetie. Because, Jiro's mother isn't a bad person, so, she'll be kind to Deku even if he does look monstrous. Especially since, kind of practically saved the store. Ooh, just wait until, part 2 of this man. This man about to throw some hands. As you know, a cop shows up. As you know, Deku, he has his mask off. And, kind of, I'll say, his clothing kind of got burned off. So, he'll have, a tank top with, some sweatpants on. So, when the cops come, they see Deku and they instantly see villain. As you know, they kind of, bust, not, no, I was about to say bust through the door, but there's no door since Deku kind of punched the man through it. So, Deku's kind of, pinned to the, at least they tried to pin Deku to the ground. This man's heavy as flippin' heck. And I'm pretty sure no police officer is able to flip and contain this man. Look at this man's muscles. Just imagine, in metal is, on its own right, metal is heavy. So just imagine, how heavy would Deku be? He'd be pretty heavy. I'll say Deku, he would weigh, I'll say maybe a decent amount for, I would say 1,000 pounds, but that's kind of overdoing it. So I'll say if I'm 100, so I'll say he's 10 times. So I'll say he weighs maybe 300 pounds, maybe 200. No, that'd be too much. I'll say he weighs a 200, maybe a decent amount of pounds. So yeah. I'll say he gets pinned down by, a couple officers, 4 different officers, not, 6 other officers, yeah. Deku's get off me. As you know, Jiro and, Jill's mom was like, hey, yo, no, the kids kind of, they kind of, not broken into our store, but kind of, made some trouble, this young man kind of saved, us a lot of trouble. Really, as you know, they kind of, not gonna lie, Deku kind of brought into prison for a case. They don't believe, them. They just think, oh, he's gonna hurt them, they let him go, so yeah. Low-key, Deku's gonna have, a permanent case of, try to break into, a music store or something, try to make some trouble. Yeah, that's gonna be Deku's case for, life, my guy. As you know, eventually, they would call a lawyer, and, this lawyer will be, by the way, Deku, he would kind of shave off his, hair. Because, he wouldn't want any resemblance to anyone or, anyone to recognize him, so yeah. So, he still has everything. Actually, I also believe I said he has his father's hair. Or mother's hair, but anyways. He'll shave it off to look like Baraka, so yeah. Anyways. Deku, the person who kind of, was Deku's attorney was Mitsuki. Mitsuki was like, I feel like I know you, but I don't know from where. She wins the case, because I'll say, Mitsuki's a lawyer in this one. She got Deku back, as Deku's like, that's Aunt Mitsuki. It's been a minute since I've seen Mitsuki in a while. Aha, yeah. As you know, they search up Deku's name as, Izuku Midoriya. Mitsuki was like, hold up. Izuku? Is that you? I'm like, Deku was, he turned his face, was like, just whistling, All I gotta say, I did nothing. I saved, a I saved some for three thugs. That's when the three thugs, came in. Because I'll say the three thugs called the cops on, Deku. Being, flipping, them. As you know, they'll get the camera footage, eventually, showing that Deku was right. And, releasing Deku. Yeah, Deku, he got some grudges now. Not gonna lie. Yeah. He has Mitsuki's like, oh, your mother's been looking over for you. Like, hey, I'm not going back to my mother. For multiple reasons. Yeah. Also, my father came back the other day as I was walking around my house. Yeah. I don't want any interaction with Hisashi. He's not my father, nor is he anything to me. He left me as a child, as a newborn, and I don't want to talk to him. If I talk to him, guaranteed something negative is about to happen. As Mitsuki tries to convince him. It's like, hey, your mother's been missing you and all that. It's like, fine, I'll visit her once. After that, I'm gone. I already have my apartment. I got money. I got a job. That's all. I mean, he kind of lying about the job part, but I mean, you know what it is. So yeah. So, Deku, he visits his mother. Mitsuki knocks open the door, having, Deku. How tall is, Baraka? I'll say Deku will be decent tall. So, yeah. Tall. Okay. What up? Yeah, why does this thing keep on... Yeah. Mortal Kombat. Fine. Oh, he's like... Oh, dang, he's pretty tall. Yeah, he's almost at, like, the same height as, like, Endeavor. I think he's, like, 6'5". I think that's pretty tall. Dang, bro. I'll say he's 6'6". Yeah. Because I'll say Deku's pretty tall, and he's been eating a lot. He has, like, a very big, appetite. So I'll say he eats a lot. So he's, like, 6'6". Is Endeavor. How tall is Endeavor? Endeavor's, like, what? He is... So that will be... So... In feet. Here we go. Yeah, that could be 6'6", and he'd be pretty tall. So he's towering over Mitsuki. Oh, so he's like taller than a lot of people in that class 1A. How tall is it? Oh, hold on. I'm pretty sure he's like on par with that, like, Endeavor. Is Endeavor 6'4"? Yo! This man taller than Endeavor! Yo, this man built different for real! Yo! Yo, he's 6'4"? And Baraka's 6'5"? And I'm making Deku 6'6". Yo! Deku a tall kid, because I believe, like, what? I believe All Might is, like, what, 7'2", I believe? So, he's a pretty tall kid. Dang. That's kind of sad, though. How are you gonna be, like, how's adult, He built different, so I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he built different, I'm not gonna lie. He built different. He literally built different. He's like 6'6", my guy. Taller than Endeavor. Got the body mass of, like, he has, like, the muscle mass of, like, a bodybuilder, mind you. Because he does go to the gym and, like, hours on end doesn't stop working out. Like, not even for a break. Like, the determination to, like, just, he built different, literally. When I mean he built different, I mean, like, ooh, he's strong, bro. And since, his spikes or his bones, his spikes are pretty flippin' strong. So, his bones are just made practically the flippin' strength of steel, practically. Like, on the bat. So, if you get hit by, like, a 6'6" dude, especially if it's Baraka, with this man's just strong-ass bones, if you're a normal person with, like, no enhancement quirk to your body whatsoever, yeah, he punching your lights out, like, one punch, not gonna lie. He knocking you out with, like, a punch. Unless, the flippin' plot armor is on your side. So, yeah. Deku tall. He built, like... So, as, we'll go back to Deku. As, Mitsuki's, opening on the door. Like, hey, Inko, I have a surprise for you. As, Deku comes up. As, I'll say it's been, a month or two. So, Deku's hair grew back. He was planning on shaving it, but, Mitsuki was like, no, come on. As, Mitsuki kind of, also kind of, talked to Deku into keeping his hair. So, yeah. Inko's surprised. She's crying, hugging Deku. Inko pretty short, not gonna lie. So, she'll probably be hugging, like, Deku's foot or, like, knees, realistically. Because Endeavor's pretty tall. And Inko's, like, up to his, like, knee. So, yeah, he tall. Just wait until Bakugo meets him. The villain and hero, the hero and villain exam. I feel bad for Bakugo. Bakugo about to get the fold of a lifetime. No cap. And I believe that's where I'm going to end it when it hits, the... Maybe you... No, I'll do it after you, so Jace, I'm going to speedrun through this. Okay, so speedrun. Deku, he meets, he's talking to, Inko. As Mitsuki's also there. The only reason why Deku is there is because Mitsuki's there. And that, convincing him. Because at this point, he's like, got you. So, yeah, he doesn't really care that much. So, at this time, Deku, or, Hisashi would be, coming out the bathroom. And Deku would be looking at him and like, hey, who's this dude? As Mitsuki would be like, be nice, is it? This man, when I mean this man's eyes was like immediately like glowing slit, like with rage of like, who's this? As in he's pretending not to know. It's like, Mitsuki was like, I seen that anger. Yeah, Inka was like, oh, that's your father. I don't have a father, mother. I don't have a father. My father left me as a baby. Never saw his face, and all he did was look at me. Even though I have the exact same abilities as both of you. Look at me and tell me that he loved me. If you can say that with a straight face without crying, then I'll stay. As he gets up from the table. As Hisashi, I'll say Hisashi, he's one of those, one of those fathers, which is like, hey, come back here. You're my child, kind of, trying to order Deku around. Deku was like, Hisashi made the mistake of grabbing Deku's shoulder. Which, in the past, Bakugo's done that a lot to Deku. And, a lot of people's done that to Deku, kind of, grab his shoulder and kind of punch him. Deku getting PTSD. By instinct, this man literally flipped his arm, grabbed Hisashi's arm, grabbed him by the neck, and just slammed him with like the force of like a car onto the floor. As you know, something changed about Deku. As Deku's arm started to kind of grow bigger. As you know, these spikes would come out. These giant spikes would come out. As he has now gained his spikes. You are not my father, nor will you other be. If you try to order me around, I will end your life without hesitation. If you're wondering why I'm like this, maybe it's because you haven't been around for, 15 years of my life. The only reason I'm here was to say hello to my mother. You are not my father. My father died years ago. Now leave me alone before I end up killing you. As now he leaves, slamming the door. As now I'll say, his friends are still, Dupla arms, Jiro, or like, how it go? Let's go. I don't want to talk about it. As now, Hisashi's arm is broken. Surprisingly, since, Hisashi, his bones are, just like Deku's, but, not as built. So, they're not as strong. But, they're still strong. Cause, if Hisashi, I'll say he's like, his arms are as strong as, like, I'll say, like, they're, like, iron steel. Like, a very hard, like, meteoric iron. No, that'd be too strong. No, I'll say, like, they're, like, a hard, like, compressed steel. Yeah, this man had no hesitation shattering, like, his own father's arm. He shattered his father's arm. As, his father was screaming in pain. As, there were 3 points or 5 points where Hisashi's arm was shattered. Yeah, and, he gonna need to cash for, like, an entire year now. Like, an entire year now. As I'll say Bakugo, he's walking, he's walking to, the Inko residence, or, Midoriya residence. And so he sees, 3 people walking away from it, as he also, hears yelling. Yeah. As we go to the training, as they all train together. They train together, and Deku meets another person named Mina and Frappy. Yes, I was eventually gonna add them, but mutations. Mutation, gotta stick together. So yeah. So I'll say he meet them at like a concert or something. They kind of got along with the things like that, or like just like a dance thing. Or like a club, like anything like I'll say like a party CD maybe. Or, like, just, like, a normal party. Like, I'll say, Jiro's mom had a party, or, like, Dupla Arms, just like a, normal teenage party. So, yeah. What? Now, I'll say, now Deku's 15. I'll make, you a college. So, for the past years, Deku and, others have been training. They have not once been able to kind of beat Deku in a 1v1. Deku is like the teacher of the group. He's like, he's probably like the teacher of the group, I'm not gonna lie. So he kind of, guides you on what to do during, fights. Like, okay, so your weaknesses are this, this, and this. If you're able to do this and this and this, it can prevent, weak spots. And, he eventually, people starts, he kind of starting like an entire classroom at this point. Like, I'll say like 1, 2, 3. He's teaching like an entire like 4 people right now. So yeah, he just like he not just built, but he got his like own like group. So yeah. So yeah, we go to the end of middle school or high school. Sorry, Deku. How would you say? He's been training a lot, and that there have been, the fit, like the 5, comment down below on like what the group is called, like the 5. I can't think of anything right now. Like the Deku squad or something, but like for fighting. So yeah. So in high school, they're known as like the strongest in like the class, or Deku's the strongest out of like the entire school. Like, not matter what people say, he's like the strongest in school. You know, yeah, they're like the strongest in the entire school. Deku's very quiet, and he doesn't wear his mask anymore. So everyone sees what he looks like. So they kind of like, they still they do still try to whisper to him, but they know they talk too closely to him, he will fold them on the spot. So I mean, yeah. As we go to the entrance exam, 10 months. They train. The end of the 10 months. Let's get started. Deku. Getting into the entrance exam, Deku and everyone else will be in separate courses due to them being from the same school. And so Deku, what would happen is that when it hits the entrance exam, there would be a difference in the entrance exam by some sort of way, you would say. Over a while, no one has actually figured out that Deku has, done vigilante being, no one's actually realized that Deku is a vigilante, which kind of surprises, surprising, but at the same time not. Because, Deku kind of does, Deku doesn't have, a home. He kind of, they don't know where he comes from. They just know that, yeah. Like, after, he drops us off at our house, we kind of, yeah. We kind of just don't know where he goes after that, so yeah. That's kind of how it goes, not gonna lie. As Deku would go and start running, blitzing, not blitzing, but just running into the entrance exam. As people notice how fast he is. He's pretty fast for how tall he is. How big he is and bulky of a dude he is. So Deku, he'll get a decent amount of points. As you know, Deku would get points by points, with the 0-pointer. Deku would get ready to kind of, not gonna lie, he would kind of grab her, he would kind of grab Baraka, throw her, like, yeet her out the way, grab the foot, and kind of start slashing to the foot. Like, as quickly as possible. Like, slashing a hole through the 0-pointer, like, with his, what was it? With one of his combos he has in the game, where he kind of, just puts his, spikes in front of him and just starts chopping, like, super fast. Yeah, that's what he does to the 0-pointer. Kind of just making a hole to the 0-pointer as the 0-pointer gets destroyed. And yeah. We go to the first day of UA, where Deku, when he opens the door, he would meet, Ida. Ida wouldn't talk to him at all, nor would anyone else due to the way he looks. People will actually feel intimidated a lot. As the entrance exam will, the quirk examination test will, be activated. As he throws the ball and it hits about 3,000 with his physical strength alone. People are surprised that Bakugo's like, huh? I'll say Bakugo, he went first. He's like, yeah, here you go. He's like, I'm gonna get higher than all of you. Try to beat my score. As you know, he throws, gets, 750. As, in canon. As you know, it's time for Deku. As Deku throws at 3,000, everyone's surprised. As you know, Uraka throws it. Haha, infinity. I got better than both of you, as you know. You only got that because of your quirk. Your quirk's built for it. But for physical physique, you don't have much of it. Kind of, spitting facts. Also, in the locker scene, Deku would kind of have, thrown or, kind of, not indented, but kind of, put, Mineta in the wall, literally. Kind of smashing him into the wall. So, yeah. Breaking, some of his bones, going to the recovery goal. So he kind of misses the exam. As that is when it is time for the things. As that's where I'm going to end this video. I thought I was going to have enough time, but I don't.